Creative Loafing in Tampa, shout out. I always gotta shout out my media fam. They were like, definitely, this is irresponsible. Just look at this. And then people are wilding out on them for being a publication to say their piece. We are in a pandemic. And so there are still people, and that's your right. You know, I'm one of those, let me throw the queen on. Easy come, easy go. Anyway, the wind blows. It does matter to me, but if you throw yourself out there, I mean, like, I'm not gonna come save you. If you know, and it's just kind of like, I always reference this whole time that we're in several ways. Noah's Ark, like nobody believes something is coming, and then when it comes, you're just like, oh snap, oh snap. All right, so then I also referenced the Hunger Games. We're in the Hunger Games now. May the odds forever be in your favor. So if you want to shoot on out there, okay. Okay. I'm not going to come save you. And probably nobody else who's trying to stay healthy and not catch the package. You know how they used to say in the time of AIDS, if you remember, came on the scene, it was like, oh my God, they got the package. It's not a nice thing to say, but I mean, people just didn't want to say, oh my God, they got AIDS or HIV or full-blown AIDS. So they would say they got the package. So now we're in a different form of someone having the package of the COVID. So I referenced, what did I say? Noah's Ark. I referenced the Hunger Games. And the third reference, if you were into the movies, watching the movies, remember the movies they would do, like they would put this experiment population control and throw all this stuff out there, but they would give everyone the tools on how to survive. And what they wanted was the ones who were strong enough to survive, the survival of the fittest. So that's how I look at this. And I'm just like, they give you enough information, you have to deduct reasoning and then just do your own thing. I thought it was quite irresponsible, especially if people want to turn it down instead of everything getting turned back up, because they will and they can shut down places. They can and they will not let you have entry. But what I've seen, where they even say have your mask on, people have been coming in and they have not had on their mask, and it's just like, okay. So then the people who believe that there is something out there, well, you just gotta have your arsenals up. So if I'm in the store, now that I see that they're not really enforcing this whole thing, and if you're behind me, first, if you're too close, I'm gonna be like, back up. Then if I hear any kind of coughing action, whatever, I'm just gonna pull out the bing bang boom and be like, shh. Okay, and then wait for it. Okay, then hopefully I won't have to go into Cleopatra Jones. Okay. All right, so they were feeling good. It's a great time to feel good. You should feel good about your win. All right, so then we got this other headline coming in there with Tyron Hill, Honey Badger. All right, there was some going on the field. That's expected. Hey, whether you're a sportcaster like me that does sports professionally, or just a spectator, or just anything like that, these things happen where you get up in each other's faces. People have been ejected. I felt like whatever the goading was, just like everyone else, I'm on that whole thing. With winning, and then you run, Brady, you run toward Honey Badger to say something else. Right now, no one is saying what it was. But whatever it was, we saw, like, the Tom Brady that many of us have seen before. Maybe not in that aspect, but you know, Tom, we throwing those F-bombs, like those sucky bombs I love. Throwing those S-bombs, like those joggers I love. Jogger my stuff. So, then Honey Badger gets on there and was like, but y'all didn't know what he said to me, and I'm not going to repeat that word. Insinuating, allegedly. Insinuating and allegedly, like maybe Tom said the N-word, but then went back and retracted Honey Badger off Twitter. And that's because Tom was mic'd up. You have players who are mic'd up, and this is for anyone who might be new to sports and they want to know what that means. You know, when they have these off-season, on-season, and they want to do playback film, documentaries, little shorts, and all that, they'll have certain players mic'd up so you can get the real emotion, that on it, that like raw vibe deal. Okay. So he had to backtrack that because when they played it, didn't find what was suggested. All right, so hey, we'll see what happens. If it's going to be a super spreader, if it's not going to be a super spreader, but I just felt like, hey, it's all good. You can celebrate and wear your mask. You know, for these free spirits that want it so free and getting close to back to the way it was, and will not let nature take its course to get it better for us, and also for the vaccines to see if they are going to be effective, and that stuff, that takes time. Well, and then it's not going to be as free, because no other country is going to be trying to let you up in anywhere, because they'll be like, you know, and a lot of us love to go out the country, and a lot of us want to get back to what we need to get back to. So yeah, that was an epic fail for my city. It was like whatever, but hey. So moving on from that, shout out to Russell Wilson, okay, of the Seahawks. Him and his wife Ciara, I love them. Okay, they just did a GQ spread that is like very nice. And he also got the 2020 Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, so I thought that was cool. And of course, congratulations to everybody up in that first ballot Hall of Famer. And you know, as a Packers fan, I got to give it up. Charles Wilson, you know what it is, number 21. Whoop whoop. All right, got up in there. So congratulations to everybody, and also to QB Aaron Rodgers, MVP. Go Pack, go. We need some weapons, okay, to get in there. You know, we should have been in the Super Bowl, but I just need to stop with all that. All right, some of the other highlights that I loved about Super Bowl. I always love the Clydesdales. Okay, Budweiser, Clydesdales, eyes on the Clydes. I'm a horse lover. We're about to go into horse racing season, so you'll be seeing the channel flip the flames for that, so that's going to be cool. Last year, a lot of the horse races had to be canceled because of the onset when COVID just hit and everything was just like, boom, shut down. So it's so good to see that coming back. But yeah, I loved that. I always look for that. I always look for that for the Super Bowl, the Clydesdales, for Budweiser, and I always look for it for Christmas. I just think it's wonderful. My first experience with the horses was when I was a little girl. I was a wee thing.